Julie, watching you introduce Micah to his first taste of vegetables brought me back to my early days as a mom. And in an ever-changing world, it's nice to know that one thing is not changing, and that being how we safely introduce the various food groups to our little ones.
That's true. And Micah did do well with his first introduction to vegetables. And in another week or so, I will introduce him to other yellow vegetables and then green vegetables. But only after that will I begin to introduce him to his first taste of fruits. However, there are some cautions that I've learned over the past 12 years. And the first one is to be aware of the pleasure of the sweet taste of fruits.
And that same warning was given to me nearly 40 years ago. What Julie is referring to is the natural attraction a baby will have to the sweetness fruit offers. A baby needs the nutrition that is provided through the vegetable food group, but will naturally find fruits more enjoyable. This is where a mom has to be careful not to create a food war between fruit versus vegetable preferences. One way to avoid this is by treating fruits as a dessert to the meal rather than part of the main course. That means you offer your baby cereal and vegetables and then the fruit.
Yes, I have learned that along the way. Babies, like adults, have a preference for sweets, but what parents need to understand is they're not dealing with is a sudden dislike of vegetables, but a greater preference for the sweetness of fruits.
Of course, every baby is uniquely different, and some love their vegetables, but it is good for parents to be aware of the high probability of a fruit preference. Now, there are so many varieties of fruits, Julie. Where does a mom begin?
Personally, I stick with the basic fruit choices: apples, pears, peaches, bananas, and I like to begin fruits at the breakfast meal, and then eventually I move to twice a day. I choose breakfast and dinner.
Now, there are some fruits to avoid introducing to your baby before a year of age, and they include anything a baby can potentially choke on, such as whole grapes or fruit that's cut up but still too large for a baby to handle. Also fruit with skin on it, like apples, or fruit with seeds, like raspberries and blackberries, and you can add strawberries to that list too.
You also wouldn't want to give a baby under a year cherry tomatoes, any kind of nut, peanut butter, or meats with skin on it, such as hot dogs.
And you can also add citrus fruits to that list, like oranges and grapefruit. The problem with citrus is the high acidity rates that create tummy discomforts in babies that are under a year. And Julie, honey is another item to be added to that list.
Yes, honey should not be on a list of foods to give to a baby under a year. Actually, the ingestion of honey, corn syrup, or some artificial sweeteners could be fatal to a child under a year. So parents need to be careful. And if you have any hesitations about a particular food, do not serve without checking first with your baby's pediatrician.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to see more, and check out the growingfamilies.life website to find more resources and to get connected.